on him. It's nice to be surprised by what these guys do, what they come up with, and what direction we're going. I think you have to bend with the wind and be just try and be creative within the space that is described for you.
Well, I mean, I've watched it from about 18 inches away, your acting, and it's pretty blow away. Incredible. I'm sorry to say that, I can't think of a more subtle,
Very nice to say.
syrupy way. It made me feel shit, I must say. I have never been so intimidated in my life.
You didn't appear that much like a
No, I know, but I put on a false front.
So you're the only person that said, you were offered the role. Well, you weren't offered, but in the show, the doctor offered you the chance to come with him.
Yes.
And your character said no.
Yes. And I said to the director, can I just do one take when I say yes? For me to keep. And the real tragedy of this is he said yes. And then on the day he said, actually we don't have time now. Yeah, it was very cruel indeed, but hey, it's fine. One thing about Peter's Doctor, which I'd like to ask you all about, is that I was watching a Peter Davison episode the other day, and I did like the fact that he basically wore the same outfit every episode, and that used to be the costume thing. It would have minor variations. I can't quite get a grip on what you're, Peter, the point is I couldn't go to a fancy dress party as your Doctor. So, it's a pity.
These rules are, who cares? Again, if you look at Tom Baker when he turns up in the first season Dog's Dinner with his wonderful cord jacket and his grey trousers and all that. And of course, he's got the scarf, which everybody latches onto. But I thought it was. I could sense there was a sort of. I felt that the marketing people would be quite interested if I had a thing, that they could sell. But I thought, well, that's not the way this should work.
So did you as a team sort of abandon the idea of a regular costume early on?
Well, not to correct you on your errors. John Pertwee does not wear the same outfit twice in Doctor Who.
Is that right?
That's correct. And Tom Baker varies it a lot. There's a principle of the scarf, but he varies it a lot. The first two do, and later on they did. I don't know. When I first got involved in Doctor Who, I was actually saying what Peter saying that he would just wear clothes. He's going outside, he puts clothes on, and then we kind of stuck with Matt's first look for a long while. I kind of prefer that he wears clothes. I don't think you should be looking for that. But you can vote on that. I don't think I think the scarf, which was brilliant and clever, did lead Doctor Who down the road and try and think of a gimmick for every costume. And even with the scarf, as a kid, because I was that lonely dweeb, I did sometimes think, okay, it's a good scarf, but he's wearing it indoors on a hot day, and everyone's in t-shirts. Why is he doing that? Why don't you take it off? So I quite like where we are. There is a basic principle how he dresses, but he dresses differently because he does.
We have the same shape, basically the same silhouette, with the same sort of coat, which is and then we have this new lovely velvety one, but it's exactly the same cut as the dark blue one.
I just think that in Day of the Doctor, when they're lined up, you just there they are. It doesn't really matter whether it looks like them because you know their costume.
Basically, we're talking about your action figure setup.
Yeah.
I think the critical thing is not to have a gimmick. I think that's wrong, but I think it does happen. The critical thing is you want to be able for kids to quite easily dress like that. Put the hoodie out the back of their coat or wear the red lining or something like that. Well, that's all it's about.
Well, I think you said a very good thing, which was that you should be able to draw.
Yeah.
Doctor Who, which I think the camera is.
Draw it.
Yeah, not to do. I think if that, if
I'm thinking cosplay. That's what I'm thinking.
there's a period before cosplay, it's more innocent, perhaps. This involves crayons and paper.
Speaking of action figures, do you have a 12th Doctor action figure?
Me personally, no.
Oh, Peter, you're kidding me. Oh, you've got one. Do you have any memorabilia? I mean, any of you? Do you have stuff at home that's there?
Well, what we have instead of memorabilia is the show.
But when people come around, it's nice, isn't it?
Do you know, in my office I've got a Dalek, I've got the half-size TARDIS from Flatline, there's a weeping angel at the end of the garden, there's a Lego TARDIS sitting in the middle of my coffee table, and I've got action figures, oddly enough, of Sherlock and John. And every time someone comes into my office somewhere, whenever someone visits the house, and they come in and they go, whoa! And I say, no, I actually work on the series. I'm not just crazed. I'm a serial killer. This is actually my profession. If you run Doctor Who, you have to have your own Dalek. That's part of it.
So you have got memorabilia.
Yeah.
The bottom line. Brian? I've got a few Daleks. I've got a piece of bone. Have you got a life-size Dalek? No. I'll get one.
But we've got a studio with lots of them downstairs in the office.
Yeah.
So I don't feel I miss them. I can go
My
see
guys,
them.
you've seen our Doctor Who action figure.
If I miss the Doctor, I tend to text him and text back.
Yeah, it's I don't want to I have no idea what happens in tomorrow's episode, but I get excited at the idea that the original Daleks might have been put together with a sonic screwdriver thrown by the 12th Doctor. Do you? Yeah. So you think that would be brilliant, that the Daleks were built with a sonic? Come on, back me up on this, guys. Okay. Look, I've completely lost sense of time because, anyway, it doesn't matter. I need to ask you about the fact that it's not new that the companion is leaving. I mean, Jenna Coleman. Which, well, everyone I know is very I mean, people come and go in Doctor Who, but she's been brilliant, basically. When did you know?
Several times. She was definitely leaving in Death in Heaven. And then she came round for lunch one day and said, oh, can I do Christmas as well? And you can imagine what that was like. I've just written this heart-rending ending. Like, yeah, fine. So I put her back into Christmas and wrote her in that. And then on the world tour,
She was going to leave, wasn't she?
yeah, definitely getting that one.
And then we thought, I said, you can't. I said to you, I said, we've got to do something here. We can't let her leave. So we sort of ambushed her and tried to talk sense into her and say, stay for another year because it would be great fun. It'll be wonderful for your career and other lives like that.
The world's most rubbish ambush, you know. Because I was standing beside you, and you came over, and Jenna was over there, and you came over and said, Stephen, don't look at Jenna. Where? I think we might have a chance of persuading her to stay. Who? Jenna, don't say her name. And I said, she's coming over, and you said, where? And she walked over and we just saying, hello.
We weren't talking about
Not you at all.